Every single morning, one of the first things I look at is the VIX. And a lot of option sellers don't really know how to use the VIX to their actual advantage. And in today's video, I'm going to break it down in extremely plain English, what the VIX is, what the VIX isn't, and most importantly, why it matters to you as an option seller, as somebody that runs the wheel strategy. And if you drop a comment down below on today's video, guys, I'm going to give you this full accompanying ebook, no strings attached. You can quite literally download this ebook for yourself. Just drop a comment down below in today's video. And if you enjoy this sort of content, it really helps this channel grow more than you know by hitting that like button and that subscribe button. But let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about the VIX, what it is, what it isn't, right? And the way I kind of look at the VIX when I look at it is it's kind of, I like to think of it as a market's fear gauge. That, we have the fear and greed index and the VIX. I look at those numbers every single morning, okay? And that's kind of what I look at it, all right? Now, here's what the VIX is not, right? The VIX is not going to tell you what the market's going to do. Okay, that's the first thing and foremost. Okay, a lot of people try to finagle that situation. Listen, me as an option seller, spending 15 minutes a day looking at my positions, no, it doesn't. Right? There's nothing. Right? There's no guarantee of anything that the VIX is going to tell you. Right? And it's obviously not something that you really directly trade. At least me, I know some people do like some futures and VIX option stuff. And that's out of my wheelhouse. That's the last thing I'm going to be getting myself into. But what the VIX is, at least for me, is a measure of how much movement the market is expected to move, a signal, most importantly, a signal for when options premiums are fat or thin, as you're going to see here with some examples, and a tool, right? It is simply a tool, just like other indicators that you use, a tool for timing your entries as an option seller. Because what you're going to see is when, VIX is low or VIX is high, it completely shifts what your return on collateral is going to be when you are selling cash secured puts or your covered calls, right? Now, let's keep scrolling down. Here is what the numbers mean, and we're going to go over this with some examples as well to really nail this home for you, right? If the VIX, this is how I like to look at it. You can look at it differently. This is how I like to look at it. If the VIX is below 14, right, there's low fear, right? It's usually, obviously there's outliers, right? It's typically a calm market with low volatility expected. It doesn't mean something could come up on the news right now, whatever, some big news comes out and boom, right? It spikes, right? Of course, that can 100% happen, right? With the VIX, usually between 15 and 20, I consider this the normal conditions. Obviously, going towards 20, there's some more volatility in there, but that's, I would say, is moderate to normal conditions where we're typically selling our options. 20 to 30, that's when we look. You can use this in conjunction with the fear and greed index, right? If you see the fear is all the way to extreme fear, I can almost tell you that the VIX is probably between like a 20 and 30, right? Market's getting nervous, right? What happens when the market gets nervous? A lot of volatility comes in, right? Premiums get better, right? Above 30, high fear, panic mode, major uncertainty. We're selling off and we collect in the juice. Right now, you can go and look at the VIX on pretty much any chart that you want out there, okay? So for example, right now, a lot of people in my community, right? They're like, what are we doing this week? What are the setups? Are there setups right now? The premiums are not good across the board these past 2 weeks, right? Obviously, it's the holidays, guys, and we can look at this just here on the chart, right? And we'll go into this examples here in a bit, right? You could see, right, quite literally how quickly the VIX dropped on the 22nd to 14, and we have basically stayed there. We even dropped down to the 13 levels, right? And we are still just at that 14 level at the time of me recording this video, right? So what does that mean? Well, we're in a very calm market right now. Why? Because it's the holidays. These 2 weeks, really, that couple days before getting into Christmas all the way until after New Year's, we are honestly in a really calm, boring market. And that's why I'm shooting this video for you right now. Usually, I'm not doing anything. I'm genuinely just managing my positions that I have open. I'm really not looking at other trades. And you're going to see why here in a second. Here's the key insight, right? That for plain Jane English, literally, if I could only talk to you for a second and I can only give you the biggest tip with the VIX, if the VIX is high, you're usually going to get higher options premiums, right? When you're selling your puts, selling your covered calls, okay? When you got low VIX, right, you're getting low options premiums. Literally, most explain like I'm 5 example, that's what it is. So if you're for example, try looking today, right, with your cash secured puts, what you would actually collect on your premium. Probably nothing. Probably not nothing. You'll get something. Of course, you're going to get something, but it's probably, and then I want you to do a comparison, right? Look what you're going to get on that stock, right? And it depends on the stock too, guys. I'm talking about like boring blue chips, like stuff that I like to sell options on. I'm not doing like already extremely volatile stuff, but even so, right? Look at the stock now, right? And then look at it this coming Monday after the new year kicks in, right? And you will see completely different scenarios, right? You will see completely different scenarios because you're essentially, right? You're trying to rush right now. You're trying to rush to get into trades. I see people in my community. Guys, like, what should I be doing? Do I need? Listen, when you feel like you need to be trading, I'm going to tell you because I'm the most boring individual. I'm an investor. I'm not a trader. You shouldn't be trading. Like, you probably shouldn't be. If you're trying to feel FOMO, if you feel FOMO that you need to trade, you probably shouldn't trade. Like, honestly, let's bring it down. We don't trade a lot. I trade a handful of times a month, if that, right? Maybe a little bit more if we we talking SoFi a lot. I do a lot of SoFi weeklies and stuff, but taking out SoFi, I don't really trade that much. A lot of my stuff is monthlies out, which, you know what? If I'm going to open a monthly right now this week where the volatility is so low, I'm just going to wait till next week when I'm going to get paid a way better premium for taking on the same exact risk. See me? You feel what I'm saying? Right, listen, we all know this. Most of you should know this. Options premiums are driven by IV, right? That implied volatility. When the VIX rises, obviously the IV rises across stocks. When the VIX rises, obviously the IV rises across the stocks. When the IV, when IV rises, options. Sorry, I wrote that kind of strangely. But you get the point, right? When IV is high on your stock, you're typically getting a lot better premium, right? And that changes obviously everything for us. So, quick little recap if you don't already know, right? Why? Why does the VIX matter for option sellers besides just collecting a juicier premium? Because you might not know this, right? You might not know this. Well, how are premiums how do they even come up with this stuff, right? Listen, these people are so smart that I've thought of this stuff. All the algorithms that are controlling all of our trades. That we use. There's an individuals out there in their house with their MacBook Pro thinking they can beat a high frequency trading firm. Listen, I got jaded real quick, guys, when I was working at a high frequency trading firm. Some would say the best trading firm in the country, definitely the world. Not as a trader, as an IT guy. That's why you guys already know I love my Arista, one of my most high conviction stocks ever. Right? But we would, even me as an IT guy, as an IT dude, right? Network IT guy, we would always look at the VIX. Why? Because, dude, if the VIX was high, it would be chaos. It would be chaos in a good way because they're making way more money, right? But we would be constantly looking at the VIX. And back then, even when that's when I was starting to really get really deep into like investing and like, whoa, like what is this world that I've been exposed to at this high frequency trading firm? Even me as an IT guy, I was required to look at the VIX every single morning and all day long. Like even for people that don't even trade, weren't even traders, it was important for you to know, especially for me, because I hate going off like this but I feel like you guys enjoy some story time. Let me know. I can definitely give you some cool stories. But when the volatility was so high, like when different events, and there was a lot of crazy world events that would happen where the volatility just got so high, the network infrastructure would just be insane. And you got to brace for that, right? You got to brace for that. You got to be prepared for that, right? And that was part of the reasons that we would, as IT network services engineers, why we would be focusing so much on that VIX number. It would literally be up on our screens at all times. But the premiums, right, that you're seeing, they're driven really by the 5 factors. Most of you know this. Obviously, the stock price, the strike price, time to expiration, right? You know this. Interest rates, right? Why do you think that interest rates are so important, right? And then, of course, right, your implied volatility, right? And that's obviously the implied volatility, as I showed you here, it is directly correlated to the VIX, okay? That is how that is being calculated, all right? So here's just like a quick little example to kind of drive this point home, right? Let's say you're trading an XYZ stock, not actually XYZ, just trading an XYZ fictitious educational example stock. It's trading at $50. Let's say the VIX is at, low volatility. It's a 12, right? Which is like even lower than we're currently at right now, right? 30-day expiration, $48 put, delta 30, our standard scenario that we like to do. Let's say you collected 40 cents, $40 of premium on that. Okay. Cool. What if you waited a week, right? And something happened, right? The VIX kind of got back into its normal range of like 15, 16 to 20, right? In this case, let's say it's spiked up to 28 where this happens. I mean, we see this happen. I mean, look at, I'll show you the charts here in a second. This happens, right? Every few months, there's happens. But with that, the same exact position that you would have taken on would have yielded you 3 times the amount of premium. And you will typically see that. And you could go look. Like guys, like this is not like a made up concept that I'm making up here for you. I'm just the messenger, right? But if you go look over the past year of the VIX, you can see like correlate to when like people were freaking the hell out, right? Like go to April. Listen, we went to 51, and we stayed at an elevated VIX in the 20s for, quite a bit of time here, actually, right? Same thing with here in October, right? To 25, here in November to 26 almost. That's opportunity, baby. That's when we're all scared, though. That's when we're scared to sell our puts, right? That's when we're so fearful, right? Like when in actuality, that's when I am greedy. It's hard, though. I'm not going to lie to you. You know why it's hard, though? You know why it's hard for you to be greedy when others are fearful, like Papa Warren says, right? It's because you don't have any high conviction stocks. You're on YouTube getting what is this 30-day Tai Chi plan? But you're getting your stock tips from YouTube. I'm telling you, no, you got to build your own high conviction watch list. And when you have it, and this is what's happening in this kind of environment, you unload. For me, some of my most high conviction stocks are like blue chip dividend payers. I'm getting all in, like Procter and Gamble, J&J's, and more volatile stuff that's more risky, I would say, but not for me because I have high conviction. It's like an Arista, right? Arista was a huge play for every time, literally every time that this thing that we get huge implied volatility, especially after their earnings and stuff, that spikes their IV up. I'm in on it. Right? That's why it's important to build your watch list. I stress that so much on this channel. I think it's the most important concept is building a high conviction watch list. All right. So what does this mean? When the VIX is low, below 15, premiums are thin. Okay, I think you get the point. You work harder, right, for less money, essentially. Well, your money works harder for less money, and the risk reward is worse. You're taking on the same exact risk, but not being rewarded for it instead of if you've just been a little bit patient here. Okay, when the VIX is high, above that 20, you're typically collect 2 to 3x more premium. And honestly, the risk reward is better. You're getting a better strike price. You're getting more premium, right? You're getting the same days to expiration, whether you're doing weeklies. So here's kind of how I use it in my day-to-day, because it's not so cut and dry where I will be like, hey, I am not trading today because VIX is at 12. That's not the reality we live in, right? Just because VIX is at 12 doesn't mean that maybe one of my high conviction stocks, something crazy didn't happen and I can jump into that thing, right? You know what? There's no one size fits all. This is just information, right? It's not going to tell you your individual stocks. You always have to still look at your high conviction watch list, right? But for the most part, I'm patient. When the VIX is low, I'm going to just wait for good opportunities to present themselves. But when it's high, typically this is our window to be a little bit more aggressive, right? And most traders, you and me, we do the opposite sometimes, right? Because we're emotional, right? And there's no better judge of emotion than in the stock market when you're an investor, right? Listen, trading aggressively when the VIX is low, chasing thin premiums. That's what we like to do. We like to feel safe, right? We don't want to get assigned on either our calls or our puts, right? So we only want to trade when things are nice and smooth sailing. But the reality is that that's not the case. That's not the case, right? Or right or sitting in cash when the VIX spikes high. Right? You're scared of the volatility. This is why I say oftentimes you need to give option selling about a year. Look, listen, I'm not a day trader. I trade a handful of times a week, right? This fits into my life extremely well. I know a lot of people in our community, that's how they do. They're busy people. Some do it that's definitely more full time, but a lot of people, they're busy. They got work, they got family, they got other responsibilities, right? But they still love this strategy because it fits into their life, right? But in my opinion, you're almost better off. I hate to say this, you're almost better off like not even looking every day at your phone about your trades when you're selling options, right? Unless some crazy news comes out and then you're like, oh, I'm going to jump in on the opportunity. Because the more you micromanage stuff, the more room for error that you usually make, okay? And usually when you're trading a lot, you get very emotional with things instead of letting time do its thing, right? So I'm going to scroll down here a little bit because I know we're going a little bit longer. These are also some important sections that I want you guys to take a look at. Just to drop a comment and you'll get this full ebook. But you can always go grab your VIX chart right off of Yahoo Finance. That's what I like to use, and something very special that's coming. That's going to give you all of this. All you're going to have to load in is your watch list, and I'm very excited to share it with you. I almost want to tease it right now, but I'm not even going to share it with you. But it's going to change the game. If you are an option seller and you are not somebody that necessarily wants to stare at charts and do all this insane amounts of research, right? But I got something that is going to absolutely change your morning routine when you are an option seller. Okay, I cannot stress it enough. It is going to make your life as an option seller so much easier. Those of you inside OSS already know what's coming down the line. I'm hoping we launch this in the next couple weeks here, but stay tuned for it because this tool is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before. And if you like plain English, if you like simple, right, and you want to build a high conviction watch list on stocks that you believe in, this is going to make your life a lot easier. Guys, if you want this full ebook, drop a comment. Also, if you want my trade log template here, as well as my full premium calculators that I use every single day for my trades, click the first link in the description of today's video. That's going to take you to our Ark Options workshop. It's about a 2-hour training, 90 minutes to 2-hour training about the whole entire Ark Options strategy. And at the end of it, I give you my full templates here that you can walk away with. Plus, I tell you about Option Seller School, which is our private mastermind, which is an absolutely incredible group of people. And if you give me 2 hours of your time, you must like my teaching style. And you're definitely somebody I would love to see inside of our community. More on that at the end of the Ark Options Strategy workshop. If you're interested to take advantage of that opportunity, click that first link in the description of today's video. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.